Going on, Bean?
Week to take because I had the extra day with the 4th of July, so I just had.
Bean, I am pretty sure that you cannot lay up there.
And I figured we could avoid his birthday.
That's my guess. Your mom's gonna have to move you, Bean. Bean, you cannot sit there. Look. Very cute. But you cannot be up here. Now you want to be, but you can't be. You got to do a break. Yeah. Chewing on the things. All right. Who's here? Anybody here? What's up, Brady? You know what we're going to do first? We're going to do the random first. I'm going to do the random first. No. Display capture. We're going to do this. Random. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Manny Hernandez on top, Chad second, Casey third, Bob fourth, Matt Beninado all the way. Oh, crap. That's a terrible one. There's got to be something better to use. That's not a good thing. Because that's kind of sucky, Brady's. 36, 37, 38. I'm sure we did. And that would have said something if we didn't. You got Joel's payment?
Yeah, I got all the payments.
All the payments are in. What are you bringing them over here for?
I brought the paper.
Well, number 5, Matt. Number 7, number 10, number 13, 14, 15, number 17. Hey, that's pretty good. Manny, you're first. Chad, you're second. Casey's third. Bob Oberhaus fourth.
Refresh.
I took the list before I refreshed it, so. And then Matt Beninado on the bottom too. Is there something better to use other than list randomizer? Should we be using something else? I mean, we've always done that, but I'll use something else if we need to use something else that's going to be, you know. Not that I feel like these are unfair, you know. Manny gets the first pick. Chad gets the second pick. I bet you do. All right, here we go. 10 boxes. Brady got kind of a little bit of a gut punch there. Sorry, Brady. Please don't pluck out my eyeballs. Brett Butler. I didn't like Brett Butler after he said, "Hey, bleed dodgy blue." Hey, bleed Dodger Blue. Can you trade? Sure. You guys can trade while we're doing this. Trade away. All right. If you can make a trade with somebody else while we're opening these up before we start picking, more power to you. I will adjust as we need to. Trade away. Hey, bleed Dodger Blue. Shut the hell up. Brett Butler. Looks like Braves to me. Am I a little bit bitter about Brett Butler saying that? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Am I going to hide it? Not going to hide it. Brett Butler. Game used lumber. If you show up late, you want to know what you want to see the list again, let me know. I'll show you the list again. Manny, how many spots to trade? Matt Beninotto has a bunch. Ricky Anderson, Jose Canseco, Harold Baines, triple pieces. That's pretty cool with the A's. Matt wants the top spot, Manny. He has, what do you have, Matt? 6 spots? Huh?
Yes. Who? Beninotto?
Matt Beninotto?
Yes.
Matt Beninotto, you have 12 spots? Dang. That's pretty cool. Oakland A's. I like that one. 1993 AL 1 out of 4 lumber. Baerga, Palmero, Albert Bell, Roberto Alomar, Frank Thomas, Paul Molitor, Juan Gonzalez, and Ken Griffey Jr. That's pretty neat. I like that one. And look, here's our first auto. At 15 out of 15, the big hunk. The big hunk. Frank, the big hunk Thomas. Ask Chad. Chad, how many spots do you have Matt Beninotto's you need to trade up to number 2? Maybe Chad will trade up. That's pretty cool. Okay, Frank Thomas goes in a different stack because he is an autograph. Or maybe he won't. I don't know. Ooh, look at that. Some thickens. Man, some thickens. I'm driving, so maybe delayed. I'll be stopping soon. I'm listening to all of these fine cards. All right, Manny. Get out of here. Carlos Correa, 3 out of 20. Former Giant, Carlos Correa. Ryan Braun, 21 out of 40. Braun played for the Brewers. Right? Uh-oh. Cool factor. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. 29 out of 35 for Kevin Mitchell. But look at this, guys. That's on a piece of wood. Look at this thing. Oof. 1 out of 4. Babe Ruth. Bat and jersey. Babe Ruth. 1 out of 4. Bat and jersey. Okay, I got such a Babe Ruth jersey. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Sweet Sassy Molassy. All right, Babe Ruth goes in his own category. I'm gonna have to make a short video out of the Babe Ruth. Oof. Maybe Superman will show up and change the order. Bobby Bonilla out of 40. Jim Rice, number 70. 2 bat pieces. 35 out of 35. Jim Rice. Look at that thing. Roger Maris, Willie McCovey, Carl Yastrzemski, Eddie Matthews. 3 out of 5. That's pretty awesome. Mount Crushmore. It's pretty sweet. And look, Carlton Fisk. 10 out of 25. If Superman shows up and starts spinning the Earth, we'll change the order. Yeah, that has nothing to do with what happened in the movie, but it doesn't make a difference. If Superman shows up and do that, we'll reverse the order. I don't want to look at the back. I don't want to see the back. That Babe Ruth one was pretty awesome. I'm not looking. Not looking. All right, I'm going to stop talking about it. Game used lumber out of 40, Wade Boggs. What's wrong with Wade Boggs? Should be in the Hall of Fame, Dave Kingman. 442 home runs, 16 out of 20 for Dave Kingman. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He was a jerk, but he should be in the Hall of Fame. A lot of jerks in the Hall of Fame. Oh, look at this sweet thing. Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gooden. 6 out of 20, 8 out of 20, 8 out of 20. That's pretty sweet. I like those guys. Corey Snyder, 2 out of 5. Corey Snyder. Not as exciting as I'd want it to be. I mean, we could, you know. Man, that Babe Ruth is just sweet. Ty Cobb, game used lumber. Mickey Mantle, bat knob. I want to get a bat knob, somebody worthwhile, you know? Ooh, look at that thing, whatever that thing is. Maybe that'll be a Babe Ruth cut sig. Hey, get out of there. Don't look. I'm not looking. A-Rod. 3 out of 4. Should I have a bat and like some kind of, you know, syringe piece? Joe Pepitone. 3 out of 4. Pepitone was a Yankee? That's definitely Yankee colors. Was Joe Pepitone? 2 out of 6. Hank Aaron, Roberto Clemente, Frank Robinson, Ernie Banks, Eddie Matthews. Holy mother of mercy. That's a nice one too. Team Legends. Any bat knob would be a K. That's a pretty sweet one, too. Put that one up there. And who's this guy? Michael Harris, the second out of 15. That one's pretty sweet, too. Grain Assault. Grain Assault. Grain Assault. What the hell does that mean? Grain. Authentic autograph. Grain. Does that say grain? Am I losing my mind? What the hell is a grain of salt? What is that? Somebody that had to go through some kind of committee, and somebody had to say, hey, let's do grain assault. Then say wood grain assault. Grain assault? Can you put some other wood grain something? I don't know. Ooh, this one's thickened. I guess maybe I am just a little pretentious. Or a lot, either way. Joe Adcock. That's an oldie. Adcock's, he's on the way, way back. Grain Assault. Can you come up with something better than that? Lumber Thunder. See that? Look how easy that was. And that's better. Joe Adcock out of 7. Wooden card. Autograph on wood. Anything. Harold Baines, Ron Kittle, Robin Ventura. I'm just going to go on a limb and say 37. Boof. Here's a nice one. Duke Snyder. 6 out of 12. Lumber Marks. Duke Snyder. The Duke. Darrell Evans. 7 out of 30. Signature Sticks. Darrell Evans. Grain Assault. I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't wrap my head around it. I cannot wrap my head around it. Is anybody not here? Am I picking anybody? Am I picking best available for anybody? Come on. That's some kind of wood on the bottom. Chipper Jones out of 20. 100. 100 what? The home run. The home run. 468 home runs. Number 35. 100. What does this card mean? I don't know what this card means. Am I having a stroke or something here? 100, the home run. What does that mean? Is this the 100 home run club? I don't know what this is. Dynamic duo, Jay Buhner and Ken Griffey Jr. That's a good one. How about 1 out of 2, Seaver, Darryl Strawberry, David Wright, Dwight Gooden, Rusty Staub, and Gary Carter. That's pretty cool. The Lumber Club for the Mets, clearly. Grain Assault, Andrew Jones, 31 out of 35. Grain Assault. Lumber Legends. Huh? Lumber Legends. Wood Warriors. Come on. Give us a 1. Uh-oh. This is a good one. Barry, see that Barry? Dang it, I know I should have kept a spot or 2. Threats and stuff, I would have been able to get this Barry. Grain Assault. I don't know. Matt Beninotto, have a better attitude about this. Right now, if you'd have been on the top spot, you'd have been like jumping up and down. Barry Bonds. Having a good time. Andrew McCutcheon, 5 out of 8, I think it is. You'd have been high-fiving yourself. Hopefully not on camera. McCovey, Cepeda, Yastrzemski, Jim Wynn, Sluggers, Quad Bat. Look at this duel. Oh, come on. Corbin Burnson and Corey Snyder. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. That's awesome right there. That is awesome. But couldn't this be another dude from the movie? I guess maybe they play the same position. I mean, couldn't this be, at a show I'm going to this weekend, they have who's the old guy that was a pitcher? He said, "Up your butt, Joe Boo." You know that guy? He's going to be at a show signing autographs. Can you get an autograph of him? Put it on there with him? That'd have been more fun. All of these are game use things, right? Game use. Change the dynamic of what they are. Reggie. Game used bat of Reggie Jackson. I like it. Tim Raines. Another Hall of Famer. Game used. I like it. Looks like an expo there. How about 2 out of 9? Biggio, Frank Baker, Kiki Kyler, Larry Walker, Albert Bell, Jeff Kent, Ryan Sandberg, and Lou Brock. All-time lumber draft. Ryan Sandberg, Jeff Kent, Lou Brock, Albert Bell, Larry Walker. 57, 58, 59, 16. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So I understand this card. I understand this card. And then look at this autograph. 5 out of 15, Mike Schmidt. I'd take Mike Schmidt. I would take Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt. Last box. We're going into the last box. Going into the last box. All right. We're going to go over everything again, but prepare yourselves. Here's the list. Manny, Chad, Casey. Casey, are you here? Bob Overhouse, are you here? Matt Benenato, Tommy Zhang, are you here? Benenato, Oberhaus, Bob Overhouse, 2 in the top 10. Stanley, number 9. Matt Benenato, number 10. Casey, number 11. James Appel, Sr. Benenato, Joel Davis, Benenato. Tommy Zhang down, Matt Benenato. Look at that. A lot of things. All right. Okay, everybody, the top guys are all here. That's good. Manny, he's going to pull over somewhere, he said. Chad, are you with me? Chad. I don't know where Chadley's at. Is Chad here? All right. Your guess is as good as mine. We just do the random. That's the way the random randomized it. Sometimes you do well. Sometimes you don't do well. I mean, that's what this is a random hit draft for. Maybe we should start doing snake drafts instead. What do you think? Snake drafts instead of hit drafts? Andrew Jones out of 15. I'm easy. We're only doing one case of this, guys. This is it. Ernie Banks, 4 out of 4. That was nice. Are you gloating now, Manny? Is that it? Is that what's going on? We're gloating. 4 out of 4. Where are you at that it's 107? Maris, Mantle, DiMaggio, and Reggie Jackson out of 15. Boo! That's a nice one, too. That's a nice one, too. Negative. We're not going to break tier 1. Tier 1 would be about a $3,500 break. And I just don't think we're going to do it, David. Sacramento. Last auto is Wade Boggs. All right, let's take a look through. These are the ones that I like the most. Mount Crushmore, Maris, Mantle, DiMaggio, and Reggie Jackson. These are all game used. Game used. I think all this is game used, which really does change the dynamic. Which really does change the dynamic. These are all, again, the same. Hank Aaron, Clemente, Frank Robinson, Ernie Banks, Eddie Matthews. Out of 6. This one's out of 15. Babe Ruth. 1 out of 4. Game used. I like all 3 of those. Those are my top 3. Those are my top 3. Autographs. Wade Boggs out of 15. Mike Schmidt out of 15. Corbin Burnson. I thought it was Corbin Burns is a player. And Corey Schneider out of 7. Andrew Jones out of 35. Darrell Evans out of 30. This one's nice. Duke Snyder out of 12. Snyder. Michael Harris, the second, out of 15. Corey Snyder out of 5. Nice duel. Strawberry and Gooden with the game used. Game used changes things, guys, out of 20. Carlton Fisk out of 25. Kevin Mitchell out of 35 in a Giants uniform. That's awesome. And the big hunk out of 15 out of 15. Everybody complains all the time. Oh, the relics aren't real. The relics aren't. Well, these are all game used relics. So does that add value to every single one of them? Absolutely it does. I just gave my opinion. Ernie Banks, 4 out of 4. Andrew Jones out of 15. 2 out of 9 for the all-time lumber draft. Biggio, Baker, Kyler, Walker, Brock, Sandberg, Kent, and Albert Bell. Tim Raines out of 40. Reggie Jackson, this was a good one too. 21 out of 35. This was a good one as well. Sluggers. Jim Wynn, Yastrzemski, McCovey, and Cepeda. Andrew McCutcheon out of 8. Barry Bonds out of 5. Again, Barry Bonds game used. Game used. Barry Bonds stuff is not cheap. That's a nice one. Out of 2. Seaver, Strawberry, David Wright, Gary Carter, Rusty Staub, and Dwight Gooden. Dynamic duo, Ken Griffey Jr. and Jay Buhner. Chipper Jones out of 20. Kittle Baines and Robin Ventura. This might be at the bottom out of 15. Joe Adcock out of 7. He's old-timer. Joe Pepitone out of 4. A-Rod out of 4. 2 bats. Should have put something else. Dave Kingman, 18 out of 20. 16 out of 20. Wade Boggs out of 40. Out of 5, Matthews, Maris, McCovey, Yastrzemski. That's another one that's a really nice piece out of 5. All game used. All game used. I cannot stress enough, all game used. Jim Rice, 35 out of 35. Bobby Bonilla, 16 out of 40. Not random bat from random dude. Ryan Braun out of 40. Carlos Correa out of 20. MVP votes. Frank Thomas, Paul Molitor, Juan Gonzalez, Ken Griffey Jr., Alomar, Bell, Palmero, and Baerga. 1 out of 4. All game used. Canseco, Baines, Ricky Henderson out of 6. And then Brett Butler out of 40. So, game used. Game used changes things. It does. So, Manny, whenever you're ready. Yes, the multi-mantle was nice. Let's see, where is, oop, sorry guys. There you go, Chad. Did the Crushmore or the one mantle have Ruth too? No, the one does not have Babe Ruth on it. The Mansell, Maris, DiMaggio. But I mean, again, where do you weigh that? How do you weigh that? And that is a difficult decision. I mean, Mansell, DiMaggio, Reggie Jackson, Roger Maris. I mean, Mansell, DiMaggio, Babe Ruth. You're talking 2 of the top 5 Yankees all time. We're up here. You know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Yeah, the Yaz one too. Yeah, because the Yaz had some good names on it. Did you see it, Chad? Okay, Babe Ruth it is. Okay, where's my stuff? It's not as easy as it seems. I mean, it's fairly easy, but not as easy as just like, yeah, for sure. You want me to show you the Duke Snyder? Hold on, guys. I'm going to call Chad. I'm supposed to call him. I think I'm supposed to be showing this. I think that's what I'm supposed to be showing. Chad's up number 2. Casey, get ready for pick number 3. Bob 4, Matt Beninotto 5. Hey, you see it? You see it? The cut signature. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye. All right, Chadley's taking this one at number 2, Mount Crushmore. It was a hard choice for him. It was a hard choice for him. Casey, you're up at number 3. If you want me to go through everything again, let me know. We'll go through it all. Oh, you go over here. The last of my biggins, Hank Aaron, Roberto Clemente, Frank Robinson, Ernie Banks, Eddie Matthews. That one's out of 6. That one's pretty awesome. Duke Snyder out of 12. These are the autographs. Darrell Evans out of 30. Andrew Jones out of 35. A duel out of 7. Casey, are you here? Mike Schmidt out of 15. Wade Boggs out of 15. Frank Thomas out of 15. Kevin Mitchell out of 35. Do you want autograph or not autograph, Casey? Carlton Fisk out of 25. Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gooden out of 20. Corey Snyder out of 5. And Michael Harris II. I mean, if I'm going autograph, I'm taking Mike Schmidt or I'm taking Frank Thomas. Of the two, I'm probably taking Schmidt. If you're picking to me, does anyone disagree with that? If I'm going relic, I think this is the relic that I like the most, and it's out of 6. Aaron Clemente, Frank Robinson, Ernie Banks, Eddie Matthews. That's pretty awesome too. It's hard not to like that one. It's hard not to like this one too. Matthews, Maris, McCovey, and Yastrzemski, though I like that one better. Frank, I think to me it's Mike Schmidt. Does anyone have any other opinion they want to throw out there? Or that other, or the low numbered relic. I mean, I think this one is just cool too. Those would be my 2 top picks. If somebody asks for my opinion, I always give my opinion. When has that ever been different? When you called me on the phone, Matt Beninotto, and said, "Do I kick the little kid or do I just push him?" I told you, just push him. Casey wants either Duke Snyder or the Legends. Okay, which one? Duke Snyder is awesome as well. Cut Sig. The Duke. Nothing wrong with that. Legends. Okay. Bob Oberhaus, you are next. Oberhaus, Matt Beninato. Tommy Zhang. Tommy, you're here, right? Oberhaus, Beninato, Zhang, Beninato, Oberhaus. It's like a sandwich. Look at that. It's like a sandwich. You get 2 pieces of Oberhaus, and you put a little bit of Beninato in there, and then some Zhang in the middle. Oberhaus is kind of a jacked up sandwich, if you ask me, but you know. Mount Crushmore, 3 out of 5. Mount Crushmore. Okay. Oberhaus it is. There you go, Bob. Next up, Matt Beninato. Matt Beninato, once again, it is easier to push a little kid than kick them. Push, don't kick. There's my opinion on that question. Beninato Zhang, Beninato Oberhaus. Beninato. I told you, I like Mike Schmidt. Bonds or the Griffey multi. Those are both awesome too, Matt. That's what I'm saying. This is not as easy as it sounds. I mean, it really depends upon which way you want to go. Bond stuff you just can't get. Bond stuff you just can't get anymore. So that's out of /5. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Schmidt out of 15. Duke Snyder. Kutzig out of 12. Michael Harris the second out of 15. Corey Snyder out of 5. Strawberry and Gooden, another good one, out of 20. Pudge out of 25. Kevin Mitchell out of 35. Frank Thomas, 15 out of 15. That one's awesome. Wade Boggs, that's pretty good, out of 15. Not as good as the others. Corbin Burnson and Corey Snyder out of 7. Andrew Jones out of 35. Darrell Evans out of 30. Bean. What's going on, Bean? What's going on, Bean? I'm going to go through these again while Matt's making up his mind so everybody can see him. Brett Butler out of 40. Bat Rack, Baines, Canseco, Henderson out of 6. Out of 4, and there's all kinds. Frank Thomas, Paul Molitor, Gonzalez, Griffey Jr., Baerga, Palmero, Albert Bell, Roberto Alomar, Carlos Correa out of 20. Ryan Braun out of 40. Bonilla out of 40. Jim Rice out of 35. 35 out of 35. Gooden and Strawberry, okay. Wade Boggs out of 40. Dave Kingman out of 20. A-Rod out of 4. Joe Pepitone out of 4. Adcock out of 7. This will get overlooked in that, but that's a good one. Bat Rack, Kittle, Baines, Ventura out of 15. Chipper Jones out of 20. Dynamic duos with Griffey out of 25. Griffey and Buhner. Can you give me Griffey and somebody else, though? Seaver, Strawberry, David Wright, Dwight Gooden, Rusty Staub, Gary Carter. Barry Bonds is out of 5. McCutcheon out of 8. Sluggers, Wynn, Yastrzemski, McCovey, Cepeda. Another good one. Reggie Jackson out of 35. Tim Raines out of 40. All-time lumber draft. Biggio, Baker, Kyler, Walker, Brock, Sandberg, Kent, and Albert Bell. Andrew Jones out of 15. Ernie Banks, 4 out of 4. Ernie Banks. I mean, come on. Gooden and Strawberry. Matt Beninato sent me a message. Is it a hate message again, Matt Beninato? You know how I feel about hate mail. If you're just going to tell me I suck again, I know. You don't have to tell me that. Up next, Tommy Zhang. Matt Beninato, you're in the hole. Bob Oberhaus, you're number 8. Tommy Zhang. Duke. Good pick. Duke is a good pick. Bob Overhouse. You are, oh no, Matt Beninotto. I'm sorry, Matt Beninotto, then Bob Overhouse, then Stanley. Are you here? Stanley Phillips. Stanley, you're at number 9. Matt Beninotto is at number 10. Matt Beninotto says Schmidt. Good pick. Bob Overhouse. Bob Overhouse, you are next. Tell me if you want to look at anything. You guys, I will show you whatever we have. Just let me know. Otto's left. Daryl Evans. Andrew Jones. The duel with Burnson and Schneider. Boggs. Frank Thomas. Kevin Mitchell. Carlton Fisk. Corey Snyder. Michael Harris II. Lumber Club 1 of 2. Lumber Club 1 of 2. Lumber Club. Lumber Club. Hey, hold on, let me find Lumber Club 1 of 2. Slugger. This one? Okay. The Mets one.
Ow.
There you go, Bob.
Oh.
Stanley Phillips. What's up, Kevin? It was good. It was good. How was yours? We were working, but it wasn't a busy day. Brock Biggio Walker. Okay, that multi one, huh? This one? The all-time out of 9? Is she attacking? Don't let her attack my feet while I'm doing this, Ann Nicole.
Picked my foot up.
I know she's psychotic today. That little dog is psychotic today. You guys, she is sweet looking, but she's going to be the devil. I'm telling you. Next up, Matt Beninotto at 10. Casey, are you still here? James Appel, are you here? Beninotto. So, Matt Beninotto, you are up. Matt wants the last dual auto. Okay. Easy enough. Corbin Burnson. Corey Snyder. Okay. Casey Sawinski. You want value? Take Frank Thomas. 15 out of 15. I think that's where the value is right now. The big hunk. 15 out of 15. Game used. Okay, you're up next. Casey says, no thanks. Okay, what do you want then? Everybody asks for my opinion. Everyone does. They just don't do it out loud. Some people use the force. Casey, you're up. The Appels are on deck. Yeah, the force. Top 3 in your opinion, not including Frank Thomas. Oh my Lord. Barry Bonds. This is if I'm not picking. Ooh, this is a tough one. Do not bite my feet, dog. I don't know. What do you guys think? I like this one because of who's on there. I like this one because of who's on there. I mean, Griffey is there if you like Griffey. Wade Boggs is a Hall of Famer. I don't know why you don't like Frank Thomas, but whatever. Carlton Fisk is a Hall of Famer. Kevin Mitchell, all-time Giants great. I don't know. Bonds. If I were gonna pick not Frank Thomas, I'd probably pick Barry. Honestly. Appel and then 3 Beninatos. Yes, 93 MVPs is still available. That's a pretty cool one too. I'd take Barry first. But you know, no one's asking my opinion, says Matt Beninato. What? Is she being psychotic? Frank Thomas, Paul Molitor, Juan Gonzalez, Ken Griffey Jr., Baerga, Palmero, Albert Bell, Roberto Alomar. That's true. When we're all dead, they'll go up in value. They'll go up in value because, you know, like my Giants cards. When I go out Darth Vader style. Is a Slugger yeah, that one's still available too. This one. That's a good one too. He just died. McCovey's gone, right? I don't know if Yastrzemski's alive, but I don't know about Jim Wynn. That's cool too. Cepeda, McCovey, Yastrzemski, Jim Wynn. No, I'm funeral pyre, Matt. Are you coming when they burn me up? I'm going out Darth Vader style. On top of a funeral pyre. All my Giants cards. A lot of gasoline, light it on fire. I ain't there. I don't care. And it's going to be a big fire. I have a massive Giants collection. Massive. All right, the Appels are up next. And then 3 Beninatos. The Appels are up next. Frank Thomas. Good pick. Matt Beninato. MVP. Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer. And then you kind of, where you go? Casey, Michael Harris II. I mean, young guy, you know. Matt Beninato. 3 times. Joel Davis, are you here? We're going Joel Davis. I mean, Matt Beninato 3 times. Joel Davis, then Matt Beninato again. That was your fault, Wade Boggs. Okay. All right. Who's next? Wade Boggs, he says. Carlton Fisk, he says. Okay, now where you want to go? Michael Harris, he says. I think that's good. We're sticking with autos. Joel Davis, you are up next. Tell me if you want to run through everything. Then after Joel, it's Matt Beninato, Stanley Phillips, Bryce Newcomer. Bryce, are you here? Stanley, did you hang around? Autos we have left. Andrew Jones, Darrell Evans, Corey Snyder, Kevin Mitchell. The relics. Kittle, Baines, Ventura, Joe Adcock, Jim Rice, Bobby Bonilla, Ryan Braun, Carlos Correa, Canseco Henderson and Baines out of 6. That's a nice one. Rhett Butler out of 40. See, that's a good pick. This is an expensive card, guys. I'm telling you right now, that is an expensive card. That's an expensive card. Hard to get Bond stuff. Hard to get Bond stuff. His stuff is, and I know as a Giants fan, and I actively buy Barry Bonds stuff, his stuff is redonkulously expensive. Redonkulously. If it was $15, I would buy all of them. Okay, Matt. Matt Beninotto wants me to pick for him. Or is Barry Bonds taken? I think I'm supposed to go autographs. Am I supposed to go autographs here?
Says autos for oldest Barry and White Sox.
All right, Matt. Snyder, Darrell Evans. I mean, of the autos that are left, probably Andrew Jones, though I like Kevin Mitchell more. Snyder and Evans, I'd pick Andrew Jones before that, but Kevin Mitchell is just cool. All right. Now that I'm on picking duty. Stanley Phillips, you are up. Bryce Newcomer on deck. Brady Cale, are you here still? Ernie Banks, another good pick. Another good pick. Where's Ernie? There he is. 4 out of 4. Another good pick. Bryce Newcomer. Okay. Don't tell everyone my order. All right. All right. Okay. You don't want me to tell them. Oh, what you sent me via. Yeah. Got it. I didn't know that was super secret. My bad. Sluggers. Yes, that's a good one too. I didn't know that was super secret information. Jason Haberman, are you here? Brady Cale is up. Haberman, Beninotto, Davis, Oberhaus. Cale, Haberman, Beninotto, Davis, Oberhaus. Brady Cale, you are up next. Joe Pepitone. Andrew Jones, Tim Raines, Reggie Jackson. That's another nice one too. Andrew McCutcheon, Ken Griffey Jr., Chipper Jones, A-Rod, Dave Kingman, Wade Boggs, Brady Cale, Joe Pepitone, Brett Butler, out of 6. Ricky Anderson, Canseco, and Baines. That was a very good passive aggressive comment there. Correa, Braun, Bonilla, Jim Rice, Joe Adcock, Baines, Kittle, and Ventura bat rack. Autographs. Corey Snyder, Darrell Evans. Darrell Evans, a former Yankee, isn't he? Reggie. Okay. Jason Haberman. It's passive aggressive Friday night here at Restlesscraft Breakers. Come on in. That's a good thing about this group. There's no one afraid of it. I like it. Haberman takes Griffey. Let's see. And you should be. You should just dive right in. Matt Beninotto is taking Kevin Mitchell. I'm following the rules. Following the rules. I don't get yelled at. Kennan. Joel Davis, you are up. Bob Oberhaus, you're in the hole. You're on deck, and then in the hole is the Appels again. Davis, Oberhaus, Appel. Tom Hester said a potty word. Got to take that off there. Tom Hester, naughty. 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 Remove. No, you're just having fun. I like having fun. I'm making jokes, Brady. Just making jokes. Snyder and Daryl Evans. Snyder and Daryl Evans. Just having a good time on Friday night. Bob Oberhaus, are you here? It's all right, Scott. What's going on? A-Rod, Dave Kingman, Wade Boggs, Andrew Jones, Tim Raines, Andrew McCutcheon, Chipper Jones. Bat Rack, Ventura Kittle Baines, Joe Adcock, Jim Rice, Bobby Bonilla, Ryan Braun, Carlos Correa, Bat Rack, Anderson Canseco Baines, Butler, Joe Pepitone. A-Rod on it? Let's see. Which one had A-Rod on it? Oh, this? There you go. Bob Overhouse is next, then the Appels, and then Matt Beninato. Casey, are you still here? Well, Joel has the pick still. But we know where you're at if you want that one. Ace Bat Rack, says Joel. Beat you to it. Sorry. You got to pick something else, Bob. Anderson Canseco Baines. I assume that's the one you want. Have to pick something else. Bob of House Ober. And then the Appels are up again. Bob of House Ober, and then the Appels, and then Beninato. Tim Raines, Wade Boggs still here. Joe Adcock, Jim Rice. Joe Pepitone. Bob, you with us? Jim Rice. Okay. The Appel Crew. The Appel Crew. Jim Rice. Family Appel, are you here? A-Rod /4. Told you she's brutal. She's vicious. Matt Beninato is taking Daryl Evans. Just following directions. I won't get yelled at. Casey Sawinski. And then Tom Hester, and then Brady Kale. Sawinski, Hester, Brady Kale. Chippers, Tim Raines if you want a Hall of Famer. Wade Boggs if you want a Hall of Famer. One autograph. Corey Snyder. Out of 5. Tom Hester, you're on deck. Brady Cale in the hole. Stanley Phillips, grab a hat and a bat. If you want a Hall of Famers, I don't know if Adcock is a Hall of Famer or not. Should look that one up. Harold Baines is. Chipper Jones is. Tim Raines is. Wade Boggs is. Boggs and Chipper. So Chipper is 15 out of 20. Wade Boggs is 14 out of 40. You got the 1-piece versus the 2-piece. Chipper it is. Tom Hester. Brady Cale. Stanley Phillips. Bryce Newcomer. Hester, Cale, Phillips, Newcomer. Thank you, Casey. Hester, Cale, Phillips, Newcomer. Tom Hester, are you here? The 100? The one, which 100 do you want? Dave Kingman? Andrew Jones out of 15. That's it. You got Kingman and Andrew Jones. Dave Kingman's out of 20. Andrew Jones is out of 15. Brady, are you here? Of those two? Or just in general? Because you still got a Wade Boggs here. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Still got a Tim Raines here. He's a Hall of Famer. You know? So, if you're just talking about the 100s, I would probably take, if it were me, my opinion, I like Dave Kingman, but I know a lot of people like Andrew Jones. Is Joe Adcock in the Hall of Fame? Maybe he's not. I think Wade Boggs is a good pick. Brady says Joe Pepitone. He wanted Joe Pepitone all along. He just knew he would fall in the draft. Stanley Phillips, Bryce Newcomer, Tommy Zhang twice. Okay. Boggs is good. Stanley Phillips takes Corey Snyder. Corey Snyder. Last autograph is off the board. Bryce Newcomer. Are you here? Adcock, Butler, Correa, Braun, Bonilla, Batrack, sorry, out of 15. Hall of Famer, Andrew Jones, Dave Kingman, Andrew McCutchen. That's your run, Bryce Newcomer. Pretty astute play there from Brady, knowing that he'd fall like that all the way to number 29. That was gutsy move. But then again, you pop eyeballs out of people's heads, so you know. Joe Adcock, Tommy Zhang, are you here? Tommy Zhang, you're up twice. Tommy Zhang, Hall of Famer. Andrew Jones, Dave Kingman, Andrew McCutchen, Brett Butler, Carlos Correa, Ryan Braun, Bobby Bonilla, and the Bat Rack with a Hall of Famer. Tommy Zhang twice. Joel Davis, are you still here? That's number 1 for Tommy. Okay. And what else? And Andrew McCutchen. That's a good one. There are no more. Let's see. No. I guess I'm going with Tim Raines. Joel Davis. Tim Raines is off the board for Matt Beninotto. Andrew Jones, Dave Kingman, Brett Butler, Carlos Correa, Ryan Braun, Bobby Bonilla. Brady Cale, you get the next 3 after Joel. And then Matt Beninotto gets the last 2. Kingman is left. Kingman is still there. Dave Kingman it is. Brady Cale times 3. Brady Cale times 3. Jones. Who else? Brett Butler, Ryan Braun, Carlos Correa, Bobby Bonilla. He does. I don't believe he does. I don't believe he does. These things are always fun. I'm glad we don't do them all the time. Bobby Bonilla, Carlos Correa, Ryan Braun, and Brett Butler. Bonilla out of 40, Correa out of 20, Braun out of 40, Butler out of 40. Correa, okay. And your last pick. Well, it's like I knew that was coming. Been an auto twice. All right, guys, I appreciate you. This is the only case of this we're going to break, so we're not gonna try to do another one. Again, I think this is a very undervalued product. People are turning up their nose at this stuff all the time, but this is game used. This is not junk, and you get a lot of good names. I mean, you're always going to be tough on these things when you get down to the end. That's what it is, and you always want to be at the top. But tell me how many times we're going to get a Babe Ruth relic like that with the bat and the jersey, or the mantle and DiMaggio. Where are you going to get that? It just doesn't happen, especially for how cost effective this is. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to you tomorrow.